Hi guys, and welcome to Keying or Chromakeying section. In this section, you will learn how to remove the background color of a video shot in front of a green screen. If you have a blue screen, it will work all the same. So you're going to learn how to use the Keylight 1.2, the key cleaner, and the advanced spill suppressor to get some perfect videos with a perfect transparent background. So let's jump in the next lecture and start learning about Keylight. Welcome to Keying. Keying is the effects that will apply on a video to remove the background or a certain background. Usually it's green or blue. And then you make the background totally transparent so you can use the foreground on different kind of backgrounds or, compositing with other scenes. Now you are going to start keying through a generic video if you like. If you notice in this video, the green screen is okay, it's fine, it's very perfect by the way. Well, there are no two videos that you can shoot and you can key in the same way and using the same parameters and the same properties. Every video is totally different and every video will require your attention, and actually it will depend a lot on the background that you want to add to the video. Sometimes it's very easy, sometimes it's very hard, and sometimes it's totally useless. You have no way of removing the background and having a very good key. So to key in After Effects, you have a special effect. If you come to your effect and preset here and you type key, okay, that's the easiest way, you will notice that there is the Keylight effect here. It's pretty big, okay? Keylight plus key cleaner plus advanced spill suppressor. This is the one that you are going to use. But actually, you can see also in the keying group, you have Keylight 1.2. This is the one that you use for easy green screen, just like this one. And you have the key cleaner. And also you have the advanced spill suppressor. Of course, it won't appear here because we're searching for key. You can start with the Keylight 1.2 and add the key cleaner and add the advanced. But After Effects has put them all together. I don't know why they put them under animation preset image utilities, but nevertheless, you can click and drag the three effects together. And you will notice that in the effects controls, you have now the Keylight, the key cleaner, and the advanced spill suppressor. We are going to go through each one of them and I will explain to you. But that doesn't mean that in this video or in this keying process I'm doing with this video, I'm going to use the three of them. Maybe two of them, maybe, I don't know. You have to see for every video what works and what doesn't work. I will put off the key cleaner, okay? So we can work on the Keylight, you understand the Keylight, then we move to key cleaner, and then maybe the advanced spill suppressor. Okay guys, let's start using the Keylight effect. The Keylight effect will allow you to remove the green, if you like, or any other color, including your face, and then you will have a transparent background instead. So the first thing to look at is the view. Which view you want to use? So I will introduce the views one by one, not all together just now, and I will tell you each one what's it useful for. If you come to the view here, you have the final result. You click on it. What is interesting here is the intermediate results, the status view, and the screen matte. Actually, this is the one that we are going to use. Now, I want to stick to intermediate results, and sometimes it will give you a better keying than the final result. Of course, always try to switch between intermediate and final results to get the best result that you want, in fact. I will go to intermediate result. The most important thing in keying is choosing the screen color, meaning the color you are going to remove. I would like you to open your info panel. If you can't see it over here or somewhere, come to window and info is over here. Make sure it's checked. You notice you have here red, green, blue, and alpha. So if I point over here, you notice that alpha is 255. And then on top you can see red, green, and blue. So After Effects is telling me what are the colors on this pixel where the mouse is pointing, as simple as this. If you move it around, you will notice that the red and the green and the blue are changing. This is because of luminosity or the lights. If you go to the corner here, you notice that the green went down and blue have different values. Though if you look at your video, you will say, okay, here there is more green. Actually, there is less green. Now, usually you want to choose a color that is near the faces or near your subject. If you want to chop off the heads and use the shoulders, so come over here. If you want the whole image, then you try something, near the elements or the subjects that you want to key. Fine. So how do you do that? You can choose the color picker here. If I click on it and come over and I decide, okay, I want to take it from here. Okay. You notice that the color I have chosen, which is this one, if you click on it, you can come and play with it if you like. Okay. It has been keyed out, meaning it has been removed. Then I have certain things that I need to work on. Maybe here is not very correct. Let's say I will undo this one and go and pick a color. Okay, just from here. Let's say from here. Now, is this the best color to pick? How would you know? Well, the only way to do is to go back, click on it, and After Effects, unlike Premiere Pro, will not go back to the clean screen. So you have to undo and then click on the pick whipper and change. Okay, now let me take this color and so on. So it's a bit tedious. I'll show you here a method that is very practical for you to choose the best key possible or the best color possible. Okay, let's go to the layer over here and double click on the layer. Now you notice you have the layer. Usually for you, maybe it will open just over here. Now you have the layer panel and the composition panel. Cool. Let's take the layer panel and drop it just over here and make some good spacing so we can see both of them. Within the layer panel, please try to choose none. Do not choose Keylight 1.2. Choose none. You don't want any effect to be on the layer itself. Though the effect will be applied on the layer, but now you don't want to see that. Then you go for the color picker. Come to the layer and point somewhere and press Alt, the Alt key or the Option key on the Mac. You notice that wherever you are pointing before pressing Alt, it has taken the color, and you can see here that some colors have been removed. But actually you don't see exactly how is the transparency for the background. So the best way to do that, I press Escape to go back to normal, is to choose a different view. For example, if you go now to the status view, that's the first view you want to use. So when you choose status, you are seeing your alpha channel, the non-transparent pixels. And of course, all of them are non-transparent for now. Then let's go for the color picker. Here you are. And let's choose a color. I will come over here, of course, from your layer. I press the Alt key. Now, having pressed the Alt key and released it, what you see here is the status. This is, I would say, an exaggerated view of the alpha channel or the transparent or non-transparent pixels. The black represents all the transparent pixels. So now over here you have, totally transparent pixels. The white represents the non-transparent pixels, 100% non-transparent. In status, the gray color represents a certain percentage of non-transparency, meaning it could be 10% non-transparent or 90% non-transparent. It's all represented by the gray color, because later on we will see another view, which is the screen matte, which is a bit different. Let's go back to status and let's take the color picker and go just over here. I press Alt. Now you notice I pressed Alt and I picked a color, but that color is not good now. I have so many pixels that are not, transparent like before. So I'll come back over here, for example, point to wherever I want to pick the color, press Alt and release. Well, the result is a bit better, but not that good. Let's come in the middle and press Alt and release. Not bad. And then, I'm choosing the color I want. Let's go over here, press Alt, release, not good at all. Let's come over here, press Alt and release. Wow, we're getting certain results here. Is good, but you notice the head here and the hair are somehow semi-transparent. I guess the color just over here will give us good results. Let's see, not bad. So let's look at the results we have. We have chosen this key through the color picker. Very many transparent pixels, but we have a lot of transparency or semi-transparency, if you like, on the hair and the arms over here and so on. This can be fixed. Now that you think that you can work with this color that you have chosen, we move on to the next step. So this is basically how to select your color. Open the layer and start using the Alt key to get the best color possible. Now please, though I got a lot of black here, which means transparent pixels, you need to look at your subject. Now I know from experience and lots of stories that I can make the gray areas, the semi-transparent areas, non-transparent at 100%. Maybe you want to refine even the selection of the screen color to get a good result on the subjects that you have. In the next lecture, we will learn how to clean up the subjects and also whatever is left as non-transparent. Okay guys, let's move on with the Keylight. In the previous lecture, you have chosen your screen color using the layer panel here and use the Alt or the Option key to choose the color and test within your composition. Now the job of the layer panel is finished. Let's close it. Okay. And now, what is our mission exactly? Well, first of all, we want to keep whatever is black, black, unless it's not necessary. And then we want our subjects to be 100% white, and we don't want to see any gray on them if you are using the status view or the screen matte view. The next step is to start using the screen gain and the screen balance. Usually, you will use the screen gain and the screen balance with the status view. Now, it's not about getting a perfect white over here and perfect black, but it's about just balancing it, just adjusting it. And not always you are going to use the screen grain and the screen balance. Okay, guys? Sometimes you want just to disregard them. Let's try to use them. Our aim, as I said, is to get lots of white or everywhere white inside our subjects. I will click on the screen grain and scrub it to the right. I'm increasing the value. Now, that's what's happening here. If I go to the left or to the right, the image is shrinking, is eating out from the subjects. Okay, so actually you have to be very careful here and very sensitive. I will press Ctrl or Command on the Mac and then click and drag, by decimal units. And I'm looking at the video. Now, it is not here that you want to look. It's not the corners. It's always focus on your subjects and the fine elements like the hair over here. If you go back to the source, you can see that there is a bunch of hair here. Maybe in our case now we can remove this hair. We don't care about it. But maybe the production manager wants to see it. This hair is somehow very critical. Let's go back to status. And just take it up just a bit, slowly, slowly. Now I'm trying to use it to see exactly what's going to happen here. Well, not bad. I don't see that you are gaining any white over here. I will actually undo it. And I want to see about it. Here is okay. I will work on it maybe with some other options. Now let's go to the screen balance. I'll click and drag and exaggerate. The screen balance with the screen gain can give you a lot of results here that you might not want. So I'm going to take it down under 50 and notice these subjects. Okay, so it's coming to a certain point where it looks good. But notice what's happening here. I'm gaining white on the face that is 100% non-transparent, but I'm gaining also transparency on this side. Here you are. You notice, guys? Okay, so you want to be very careful and you want to look at all your videos. Even sometimes you want to change frames and decide, okay, maybe you start and work over here. Cool. For consistency, I will stay on the beginning. So let's agree that we are going to take the screen balance a bit up, okay, without eating too much. Okay, I think 106 will do well, I don't know. And then let's hike the screen balance now even more. See exactly what's happening. We look at our image or the video. Notice what's happening here. We're gaining some transparency, and here we are gaining some non-transparency. So I guess 46 is okay. Make sure that the difference between the screen gain and the screen balance is not exaggerated, like 20 and 150. Then your key, the color that I have chosen, is not good. Or actually, the whole green screen video is not good at all. Cool. Now, let's go back and to the intermediate results and see the results that we have. This seems like quite cool. Now, you notice there is an overspill of green over here. If I zoom in, you will notice there is some overspill of the green, okay, or some area of transparency. Let's go to the status and see how this represents itself. Here you are. You can see it over here. Okay, so in real or in intermediate result, you can see now the green from the background. Cool. Also, if you notice, you have a green here. Okay. And if you want to understand where the green came from, you go back to the status here. Okay. And you notice, okay, this area is, semi-transparent. Cool. So we need to fix all this. Now, your next step is to fix it through the alpha channel. Here you are. And then you go to the screen matte. Now, the screen matte is a real representation of the matte. What you're looking at is called a matte. It's everything that is non-transparent and everything that's transparent and what is, semi-transparent. Your aim here is to make your subjects 100% white or non-transparent and the background to disappear. Notice that also over here it has disappeared completely. Look at the colors always. If you want to know there is a color here, just point, there is no color. RGB is 0. Cool. Now to adjust here, the transparency is very easy, by the way. Sometimes. Okay, let's go to the screen matte. So you are viewing the screen matte and you come over here to adjust the screen matte. This is where most of the work is. And this is how you are going to make sure your subjects are looking very good. Now, usually what I do, I look at the smallest details I don't want to use. The small hair here, the boy's hair here. I don't want him to be cut, I want him to, look natural. First of all, you start with a clip black. If you increase the value, you cannot decrease it, you can increase it. It means you are clipping the non-transparent towards the black. If this is what you want, they become transparent. Actually, that's not really what you want. Notice what happened here. It's totally ridiculous. We lost the person. Cool. Let's go back to screen matte and put the black at 0 in this case. Then let's work with the clip white. The clip white, you cannot increase above 100%, you can decrease it. And what we're looking at, for example, at the hair, over here, we want to make them white. So I will decrease them. Okay, that seems good. Still over here, you notice there is some green spill, and this is like semi-transparent. Before you decide, okay, I want this to be 100% non-transparent, please go back to intermediate results. And let's zoom in. Well, the guy has some green, so maybe from here, you take it down a bit. Let's see what happens. Well, not bad. We still have some green. Let's look. We have a line over here. Stories that we need to work on. So I will undo. Clip black to 100%. Here you are. And now go ahead again because I know I should not go too far. Here you are. Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay, I didn't lose any element. The value is very low. Doesn't matter. This is the video how it is. Then you check it back with intermediate results. So actually, you're going back and forth between the screen matte and the intermediate result. And if you like, the final results, that actually will give you a different result. Okay, guys? I recommend that you use the intermediate results. It will work better. So now let's zoom in here. Okay, we played with the clip white and look at the guy now. He has some border all over him. So let's take it back. Here you are. That's fine. Okay, I think here it will be quite cool. I hope so. Let's go to the screen shrink or grow. Okay, so we need to remove these borders over here. It could work from here, or maybe you have to use the key cleaner later on. But let's try. Let's shrink the matte a bit. Here you are. I press Control and I shrink it. Guys, don't go and, okay, I'm shrinking it, yeah? Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, so you have to be quite meticulous and look at your screen. Here you are. It's working, not bad at all. Fine. Okay, I'm looking at the hair over here. You might be looking here. Not bad. We have something very good. Let's go and check it again in the screen matte. We didn't make anything, transparent here. That's very fine. And then you go back to intermediate result. I'm cool here. You can now soften it. Softening meaning over here, you want to soften over here. You don't want them to be like cut. Okay, you can soften the screen. Here you are. Notice how we have some softening happening. Okay, there's no softening. Here's softening a bit if you like to, and depending also on the background you want to put. That's what's happening over here. So maybe we can take the shrink a bit more. I will not go beyond 3. Okay, I'm still seeing quite some nice details here. Okay, the hair has quite some details. Not bad at all. So actually, if you're happy and your background has a green color, you will be quite okay with the hair here. Now you have the spot black. From time to time you will have some certain spots. I will go back to screen matte, and you have like spots over here or something like this. You can remove them by using the spot. Here you are. You notice what happened here. Okay, I will undo spot black. Here you are. Okay, that's cool. But I really don't know. It could be non-transparent, but it could be also green. And you have the spot white, which is not our case here, but I will show you. Okay, here you are. Okay, not much is happening, but I ate so much from the video itself. So I will undo. Now go back to your intermediate result and check, are you happy from the work? It's not bad at all. Cool. So actually, this is about refining your matte. Okay, guys, there is still a lot of work. You can come and fiddle and so on, but I'm trying to show you here. So what you have done is using the intermediate result, using the screen matte, adjusting a bit the screen gain and the screen balance, you adjusted the matte, which is just over here. So you adjusted your matte, you're happy from it, and so on. We will move on to the next step in the next lecture. Okay guys, so now we have done lots of work and we have something quite good. If your background is visible, you put it behind, it might work very fine. Let's go to intermediate results. Now I'm going to show you a few things here, but I want to use the key cleaner and the advanced speed suppressor. If I come over here, you will notice that you have these green areas and so on. You say, okay, I'm not doing a good job. But actually, if you move to final results, they have disappeared. There are a few things here that you can go back and change again. But before you decide, okay, this is wrong or this is wrong, please look at your original video. Here you are. You notice, okay, we have something here that is very soft, and over here also very soft. So these kind of results here are almost expected. You can go back with the final results and change the screen shrink, the soft, whatever you like, and work on it. But let's start using now the key cleaner. I want to go back to the intermediate result, and I have the green here over. No problem. I will use the key cleaner now. I'll put it on. Now mine, the default is 10. I put it back to 10. This is off, and then I put on. And notice what we have here in intermediate results, that there is some kind of, another border that has been created here. So the value of additional edge radius is always too high here. You need to take it down. I will take it down as much as possible. Wait for it to render a bit. Okay, that's not bad. And of course, you want to put the shutter on. Cool. Now, having the key cleaner, I always like to test to see in the final results. Well, actually, I'm getting extremely good results with the key cleaner and the reduced shutter. I don't think I want to use the contrast here because it will give me some transparency. So actually, it's pretty easy because our key is good and you have done a good job with the screen matte. Now, I'm going to put the key cleaner off, okay? And I want to put the advanced speed suppressor on. Notice what's going to happen here. If I put it on, there is a change of color. Well, this is why the advanced speed suppressor, when you drop the effect or the three of them, it is always off because it has the tendency to change the colors. The speed suppressor is supposed to remove any spill of the green inside your matte. Let's go back to the matte and see exactly what we can see here. If I put it off, okay, on, we don't see much. Actually, it's working a lot on the colors. Let's go back to final results. The color have changed, but if you simply change to ultra, you're on. Okay, so in ultra now you have the ultra settings that you can come and play with, because now with the ultra setting you have the key color. Without it, you don't know the key color, so it changes colors here. So you can go back and do it ultra. Here you are. It's quite cool. You have already a perfect keying. And I think it's pretty cool if you try to play with the video. Not bad. Notice all the time I was working on full resolution. So if you put back the key cleaner, here you are. Maybe you like it. Maybe you want this kind of softness around. It's not bad at all. I think it's a pretty good job. So actually, keying is pretty easy. And the key to keying, if you would like to say, is your color and how you do the matte itself. This was about the Keylight, the key cleaner, and the advanced speed suppressor, which you want to train. Let's try to do now the keying one. Okay, we have a nice lady here with her babies, and of course I'm gonna start by pre-composing. Here you are, and move all the attributes. Good. Let's take now a very intense background. I will click and drag and drop it inside. You notice here the colors behind are pretty intense compared to her. So how are we gonna blend this? Okay, first of all, it's too big, so let's make her smaller. And let's say she's holding her baby just here. This is her new home. She's happy with it. She's taking a picture to send it to daddy. Let's make it just a bit bigger. You can position her the way you would like. Fine. Now, we need to blend with the background. Now, let's distinguish that the lights now are behind her and the shadows are coming in front. So obviously, you're not going to use shadows. And you notice there is no need of correction here. You just want to blend it. So let's go ahead and use the Lumetri colors. We click and drop it on the pre-comp itself. Now, you can come for basic correction like we said. Try to correct it. It's not working here. It's very bad. We go to creative, though you can play with the curves. Take your time to play with the curves and try to adjust it as much as possible. For example, you go to the red, try to increase the red a bit, okay, on her. Something like that's too much. Something like this, okay. That's one way to do it, okay. Or you can, disable curve and go for the look. I always like to go for the look. Now notice here, this is some kind of orange and so on. Why don't we try to blend her with the orange? There's a very nice look here. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try with you here. This is the gold western or tobacco or gold rush. Let's start with the western and see the effect. Let's zoom out 100%. Well, actually, it's working, but we need to reduce a bit the colors. Okay, let's reset this guy. Okay, and maybe I'll reduce the green a bit from here. So I will take it up a bit from here and take it down from the bottom. Now she looks like, wow, she's inside the place. In fact, her face is looking like the ceiling here. It's pretty cool. So this is about keying and this is about, blending. In fact, this photo now looks pretty real. Though you notice we used very intense colors in terms of orange. So actually with the SL golden and the RGB curves adjustments for the green, you have something very good. So what else can you adjust? How can you even make her blend even more? So guys, we have taken a couple of examples and we have taken a couple of blendings, and I really showed you how to work with the Keylight and how to add effects and merge your foreground with your background. I hope this was extremely useful and I hope you will train as much as possible. Okay guys, it's time now for your practice activity and challenge. And it's very important that you go through this challenge. It's very important that you key out and add a very nice background and go through the blending. If you use certain effects or use the Lumetri colors, it really doesn't matter. But you need to blend the subject here to the background that you choose. So what I would like you to do is to key out and be careful here. Notice your green screen has a lot of variations here in color. This is real. And also there are some areas that you don't want to key out, so you need a good mask. So choose your mask wisely, choose the screen color wisely, and you will be on. The rest will be just tweaking. That's the key for keying. It's very easy, by the way. Cool. So I leave you to do this challenge. Thank you very much for completing this section, and I hope you will do this challenge perfectly. I'll see you in the next lecture.